Recreational beach activity is a large source of the waterway outlet. It's difficult because your wind blowing the straws and the bags and even small items, utensils can be blown into the ocean. As the plastic breaks down, it's very destructive to the marine life. My name is Greg Lynn. I'm the Executive Director of Clean Oceans International. It's about an 11-year-old organization founded by Captain James Holm. His initial idea was to take the plastic out of the ocean, and then he quickly realized with the amount of plastic constantly flowing into the ocean that was going to be shoveling sand against the tide, and you've got to stop the tide. So you've got to stop plastic from entering the ocean. What he wanted to do was monetize plastic. So if we have a machine that'll cook plastic back into fuel, a very readily usable and desirable commodity, then the plastic then has a value to somebody who would collect it and bring it to one of these fuel conversion machines, and we can help in some part to stem the flow of plastic into the ocean. Plastic to fuel so we use pyrolysis. We basically use an anaerobic heated chamber to cook plastic back into its constituent parts. We're really just turning it back into its original form, which can be used as a burnable fuel. Part of what we do is survey beaches, determine what plastic is there, and remove it's collected there at the beach, or perhaps filtering it from a river before it enters the ocean. But most likely, where it's collected intentionally, landfills, and then we shred it to the right size for our machine and cook it. We can't use any plastic, but many plastics. The plastic bottles, unfortunately, like water bottles, don't lend themselves readily to the machine, this process. Milk jugs, for instance, they do. The process can be up to 10-to-1 efficient. Say you create 10 gallons of fuel from an X amount of plastic. You can take one of those gallons of fuel to power a generator to make your next 10. So it's highly efficient. Cabrillo College currently houses our test machine, and they're willing to have student collaboration to quantify how this works. The machine we have is specifically designed to create diesel fuel off the back end. So you throw in your plastic, out comes the fuel oil. With a catalyst, you get diesel. Or when it's burnt, that's one of the things we're still working on, quantifying those emissions. Initial indications are it's a little sweeter, a little cleaner. There are many benefits from obtaining fuel locally from your own plastic waste. Having a machine there could drastically reduce their carbon footprint. Less fuel, transportation costs, and less waste on hand. Buy less fuel, we ship less fuel in, we ship out less trash. So if you have a good source of plastic, you can make yourself a lot of fuel. If you can have a little bit of self-sufficiency in terms of the fuel you create for yourself, that empowers you to have a direct impact on the environment. The ultimate goal would be to say, yes, you can motor up to a plastic to fuel location and buy diesel for your Volkswagen or your BMW. We're trying to determine the quality of the oil that's coming out of the machine, and so we aren't ready to sell it. We're not even really making it yet. It's such an enormous issue. There's so much plastic out there now, and so much plastic going in, that we have to take one little chunk and try and work on that. Our only goal is to stop more from coming in. We're just getting started. It's going to be a long process. This is a serious problem. We're serious about doing our part to solve it.